Okay, go. Fucking tell your story.
Subscribe to Moo Cake. Subscribe to Moo Cake.
Thank you very much, I guess.
Okay, so there's this guy. Fuck, I can't do it dramatically anymore because I'm all
Just
burnt out.
just fucking
There's
tell the
this
story
guy.
at this point. I don't give a fuck at this
Yeah.
Right, it's a
Do
very
it
long
fast and almost
story.
at the school.
There's a guy. His name was Hayden. He has a YouTube channel called 32 Megabytes. He made a Discord server for it. And two very important people joined that Discord server, and those people were me and Dylan. And one day, Dylan told Hayden that if Hayden didn't give Dylan admin on his server, then Dylan was going to tell Hayden's parents that Hayden was gay.
Right.
And this is the beginning of the Dylan arc. So eventually, Dylan got banned from the server, and I didn't know that he had basically blackmailed Hayden into giving him roles that he never actually got, by the way.
Okay.
So I was running a whole Free My Man's campaign, trying to get him out of jail,
Right.
and it got me put in jail because I guess Hayden's actually a European of some sort. He doesn't like free speech. But anyway.
Oh wow. Okay,
then
just
I
fucking
made
throw
my
that
own
shit out.
server. Yeah, gotta do it to him. Gotta do it to him. As an American, it is my job to shit on Europeans as much as possible.
Oh, fucking hell.
Sorry, I get paid for it. That's the only way you can get benefits in the United States.
You got to shit on Europe. Get on with it, yank.
Yeah. So, fuck, I lost my place. Right. So I made a Discord server.
Of your own.
And I invited all of the people from Hayden's server who were a little bit too colorful, if you know what I mean, to be in Hayden's server.
Well, yeah, I mean, your server is a fucking cesspool. It's a brilliant cesspool, but it's still a fucking cesspool.
Oh no, Mooncake. I'm not talking about Capital QT, man.
Oh my fucking... You mean it was worse?
QT is brand new. Oh yeah,
shit.
it was much worse.
Oh,
God, I wish
fucking
I
hell.
had, like, someone like Suicide in here who could just tell you how bad it was. So...
Okay, I'm fucking terrified now.
I made this server called the gspot. Discord.gg/ZRXWCPD. I still got it memorized. Of course, that server's dead now. I orbital nuked it with Discord's trusted safety.
Fucking hell, okay.
But that's another story. That's towards the end of the arc.
Right.
So I made this server, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty nice, I guess. And then I realized that our good friend Dylan knew way more about Discord than I did, because I had just joined, but he had been on the platform for a while.
Right.
So I transferred ownership, and then I kind of just sat back for the ride. And in like 3 days, he had 100 people in this server, which was astonishing.
Pretty good numbers
people
anyway.
From a server called, in 3 days especially, he had people from a server called Riff or Pizza Delivery, all of these servers which eventually become important.
Right.
So Riff was owned by a guy called Pischetti. Pizza Delivery was owned by a guy called, hey Burb, CK owned Pizza Delivery, right?
I think so.
Yeah, owned by CK. And eventually Dylan got all of these people into his server, and then he came up with this amazing concept called merging. And what you do is you get an admin. So let's say I wanted to merge the Moo Cake server, right? This is what I would do. I would say, hey bud, your server sucks shit and is dead, but I can fix all of that for you, and all you have to do is change all your channel names and your server name and the role names and the nicknames of everyone to the invite link from my server. Cut off all the text channels, and I'll give you an admin rank on my server, and then all of your user base will join my server, and we'll have a big server.
Right.
That's what merging is.
Basically fucking stealing people. Basically fucking stealing people's server.
It started out as sort of friendly gesture because he would do it to servers that were actually dead.
Like, see, it sounds like a good idea on paper, but I can imagine it went very downhill very quickly.
Oh yeah, it's Discord communism.
Yeah, basically.
So he
very good analogy. Very fucking good analogy.
It got so bad that he would start blackmailing people.
What the fuck?
Just to get some servers merged. Oh yeah, he was insane.
Okay.
So what he ended up with, and there are so many fine details that I could go into about various micro events throughout this story. Like the time I was banned from Gspot for 4 months because Dylan had a crush on my girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it Biffy?
Yeah. No, it was not Biffy. Biffy didn't exist yet. I hadn't created her from my rib or whatever it was.
You're actually fucking... I fucking don't know anymore.
This is Skylar. I don't know if you know about Skylar, but right now Skylar's in a mental institution.
Okay! Don't fucking care.
Figures.
Yeah. It's alright, don't worry about it. You'll find that I'm a very interesting character. So yeah, I got banned for 4 months because Dylan had a crush on Skylar, and I was like, no, fuck off. And then I came back. I got a Facebook message from one of his friends with an invite link to a Discord server that I made. The invite link that I made. So it was like, it was really weird because I was inviting myself to a Discord server, because that's what it says, right?
Yeah.
Discord.gg/grxwcpd, and I clicked on it, and lo and fucking behold, there I was, the G-Spot. 4 months later, there were 600 people in that server.
Shit.
And
Yeah, this was all of the span of
a whole
10
slew. Yeah, there was a whole slew of new people, friends, enemies, and important characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is becoming like a
And-
cinematic universe at this point.
It is.
Oh,
It is
dude,
actually, yes.
I don't
It's like
have
the
it
fucking
anymore,
MCU.
but I had a. Yeah, I made a timeline once, like an actual timeline, because
Oh,
I
you're
was
actually
telling
you're
the
actually
story
fucking
timeline.
sad. You're actually fucking sad.
Come on, man, it's cool. I was trying to tell this story to someone, and they couldn't keep up. So I was like, ah, and I don't have the timeline anymore, sadly. But it was like several pages.
Well, I can keep up so far, anyway. So keep
Yeah.
on coming. Keep on coming.
All right. We got some high IQ in the voice chat. I'm glad.
Well, I'm recording it as well, so I can just go back and listen to your shit again if I need to.
Yeah, taking notes. Hey,
Whose
shut
fucking
up.
dog
Don't bark.
is?
Mine. You want to fight?
Just get on with the fucking story.
All I said was
Okay.
don't bark. And
Jack, please go on.
too good. All right. So I came back after 4 months. When I left, there was 100 people. When I came back, there were 600 people, and about 100 messages a day. And
Shit. Okay.
if you're like me, and you know how Discord servers work, because being in this server requires you to, then you know that those are shit numbers. Let's see, right now, Capital QT is in a bit of a lull, but at its peak, it had about 80 members and 1,000 messages a day.
Okay.
So for Gspot to have 600 members and only like 100 messages a day, that means it's a dead server. So I come back and I see that the server that I initially created, that I entrusted to Dylan because,
Reason.
I thought he knew better than I did. I was terribly mistaken. Had basically been obliterated by his own terrible decision making.
Okay.
And the only real people who were active were like him and a handful of people who used to own servers that he had merged. And as it turns out, merging has the effect of killing your entire user base, if not by actual numbers, then by activity.
So it's like sub for sub in a way. Like you just get inactive
Yeah.
people onto your server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm on the
Or
same
no
page.
people at all.
Okay.
I witnessed a merge happen. One merge in my entire life happened, besides the ones that I did, because I did do a few. I witnessed one merge handled by Dylan. He got half the server's population into his server, and probably an eighth of that server's total activity.
Oh shit.
So
Okay.
there was no gain. It was terrible.
It's just numbers. It's not actual activity. It's just numbers for the sake of numbers.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's what he was chasing. He was chasing numbers.
Right.
And eventually I was like, this is absolute trash. I can't believe this is what happened to my glorious creation. I can't believe I entrusted this fool.
With the G spot.
But again,
I can't believe I entrusted
between
Dylan with my G spot. Good fucking
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, exactly.
My
That's exactly
fucking
what's going through my
G-spot,
head.
Dylan! You fucked my G-spot! How fucking could you?
God fucking damn it. Alright, okay, bud, listen. It's a good name. It's stuck, and the branding of the server was
It's
great.
it's a fucking brilliant name. I love it. My only regret is I didn't come up with it myself.
Exactly, of course.
Right.
There's
Okay. So you
everyone's
come.
regret.
So you come back. Dylan's fucked your G-spot in the ass. What happens
Yeah.
next?
Well, I kind of sat there for a couple months because I didn't really know what to do. I was just hanging out, having a good time. And I meet a few interesting characters, one of which goes by the name of Yuria. So in total now, for owners of servers that he's merged who are now admins of his servers, you have Suicide Hound, Sad Nigerian Scammer, Paschetti, CK, Snack. Who's that other British guy? Come on, Bird, you know. Oh, Fat.
Yeah, fact. Right.
That's 7 or 6. There was more.
Evil E.
There was plenty more.
I think you had Evil E.
Who?
Didn't you have Evil E too?
So you met these new characters.
Releaser?
Did you make capital QT with them, or is this something different now?
No, we're getting there, bud. Don't worry about it. I promise. It's a good story.
Okay.
'Cause the
I'm
end is
intrigued so
really quite
far.
great.
I'm intrigued so far.
So
anyway.
these are 7 people. I'm
Right.
establishing an important aspect of what G-Spot had become. So it's kind of boring, but it's very important to understand. This is 7 people, including Dylan and myself. That's 9 people.
Okay.
So here's the thing. A Discord group chat can have a maximum of 10 people. And this is less than 10 people by 1. And
Okay.
these were really, genuinely, for the most part, the only people who were active in this 600-member server
Fuck. Okay.
were the handful of people at the very top. So I started throwing around this joke that G-Spot is just a bloated group chat. And Dylan did not like that shit for a fucking second, and he would get furious every time I said it. He kicked me from the server like 8 or 9 times
Oof.
in the month or 2 that I was there after I got unbanned.
Can we get a
It was
Roblox death noise?
fucking amazing. Yeah. Big oofs.
The oofs, all of them.
So that's what I'd come back to. And then I met this kid named Yuria, and Yuria was someone that Dylan did not like, and that didn't.
Guys?
And a few other people had this server called Dad Team.
You cut off for a second there.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry. Dad
That's all right.
Team. Bro,
Okay.
Do you know anything about Dad Team?
Not really, I don't think so.
Okay, so Dad Team is basically a server owned by a base.
So you met this guy called
Yuria,
Yuria, and Yuria was
But
in
I
Dab
may-
Team,
wait.
correct?
Wait. I think I may have known that team. I think I was in there for like 2 days or something, and then I left. That was while the big Zenzi crusades. I remember.
Just to get it straight, because there was a slight cut, Sifa. So you met a guy called Yuria, and Yuria was in Dab Team, correct?
Dad Team, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. We're on the same page.
Right. Okay, so then you got Dad Team with Yuria based and Numpad, who's very important. Numpad was in the G-Spot, but he wasn't very active. And it turns out that Yuria had been planning on destroying the entirety of G-Spot.
Numpad's in fucking here, actually. Numpad's in this server now.
Yeah,
Numpad's an administrator of my server, and you're about to find out why.
One of my
Because
best buddies.
Numpad was only in the G-Spot. Yeah, Numpad was only in the G-Spot for the sole purpose of spying on its user base.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What a
And
fucking legend!
He was collecting channel message IDs and user IDs.
Fuck.
He was going to file a Discord report. So, yeah. Then I tried to get Yuria. Basically, I saw the G-Spot and I was like, I could fix this. I couldn't. I'm going to be completely honest with you here. Starting now, there was no way I could have saved it. It was dead when I came back. I was looking at a puppet show with a corpse.
Okay.
But I thought at the moment that I could save it. So the first thing I wanted to do was make sure that G-Spot didn't have any enemies. So I was like, all right, I made a server called the Comfy Zone, which is a reference to another server that I made called the Comfy Zone, way back when Gspot was first made.
Okay.
So there's a lot of inside jokery and shit going on.
Right.
And I invited Dylan and Yuria and a handful of other people. And I was like, okay, cool, look, this is like the middle ground server. So now there can be open communication and no one has to be angry. And we got to talking and we started playing CSGO, and I thought I had the problem solved. And then Dylan, I guess, brought up his school at some point in the conversation. And then as soon as he brought it up, he had to go. And then he left. And then Yuria called Dylan's school.
Okay. So this is getting a bit fucked.
Yeah, this is where things start being like, oh, are we in doxing territory now? And we were.
Oh, Jesus, fuck, okay.
And as it turns out, this is not the beginning. While I was gone, Yuria was not the only enemy, and Dab Team was not the only enemy that Dylan had made. There was like 9 or 10 servers that all had it out for G-Spot, like all of them.
Fucking hell.
So this is what I realized, it couldn't be saved. Yeah, there's a thing going around called jub.txt, and it was a huge dox of Dylan.
Holy fuck. Okay, that took a dark turn.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Things got very, very real.
Check. Jup?
Yeah,
I think I have
jub.txt. Oh, I'm sure you do. I have it too.
Jesus fuck.
I keep it as a memory.
I think either me or Numpad named it.
Numpad is the one who made it.
Yeah, but I think I'm the one who came up with a name, because I always use names like Jebel for like bad renditions of Jeebus to call him that. I never called him Dylan. I never called him Jeb or some weird shit based on Jeb.
I used to call him Dylan in the voice chat, and he fucking hated it, because apparently he had a server with 600 members that didn't actually know his real name.
No shit, okay.
Wow. My real name is Jackson Charles Thrasher, and I don't care who knows it.
My real name
fucking
is...
amazing name.
My real name is Subscribe to Moocake. Actual real name, it's on my fucking birth cert. Yeah, they had it planned from the start. When they were born, they were like, oh yeah, I want my child to make a shitty YouTube channel. We just want a disappointment of a child. It's going to be fucking great.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so anyway, where are we up to now in this story? So, fucking G-Spot's got about 10 different servers all out for it. Numpad's made a dox of... Huge dox of Dylan.
Yeah. The dox was so big, in fact, that for about 3 days, I stayed logged into Dylan's Snapchat account.
Shit.
Because it had passwords and usernames for all of his shit.
Fuck, okay.
And I didn't do anything. I just wanted to see if it was possible. It was possible. You Numpad, all things are possible. So, I decided, I was like, alright, if it was just one guy, this one-off Yuria man, I could be okay with that. I could be alright with that. This is too much for me to fix, and I'm not even going to try and fix it. I kicked everyone from my little neutrality server, kept making a bunch of username or invite links, because the big thing about Gspot was ZRXWCPD, the invite link. That was like their crown jewel, which I made, by the way. But that was their crown jewel.
Okay.
Like, they had a Steam group called ZRXWCPD.
Yeah.
They had all of this stuff. So
basically, the whole reason the server did well was because it had a funny, like, invite link, basically.
It had an invite link that people had memorized. It wasn't even, like, inherently that good. It was just something that people memorized. So I had this kind of snap realization. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to absorb this server of all of its good members.
Okay.
So if I'm going to do that, I need to make a server that has equal or greater culture and character to it.
Right.
So I made a bunch of invite links, like 90 or so invite links, until I found one that stuck. It's discord.gg/etpqtxv. That's with a capital QT. One more time for everyone who wasn't listening, discord.gg/etpqtxv with a capital QT. Thank you. That's how capital QT was born.
Yeah. It's a fucking good server, by the way. I'd recommend joining it. It's a good laugh. I like it very much.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy the server.
Hell yeah. So I made the server, there was no one in it, and it stayed empty for a while. When I originally created the server, by the way, I was not paying attention at all, and I made it on 420. So that's a fun fact.
Hey! Hitler's birthday.
And, hell yeah. And my alt account, Moonset channel in the server, has a join position of 69th person to join the server. So this is
and
full of some
420, if you didn't forget, 420 is also the anniversary of Columbine.
Is it actually?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Right, well,
I think the most notable event that happened on 420 was, of course, the creation of Capital TT. So,
yes, of course.
with a nice segue back into the story. This long, boring story that's much less
I must
boring
say,
if you don't live it.
I'm very much intrigued. It's very fucking good so far.
Alright, I'm glad you feel that way. So, I made the server, I kicked everyone from it, I changed the invite link. There was no way anyone could get into it at that moment. And then I left it alone for a while, and I went to Dad's room, and I started talking with Yuria. And as it turns out, Yuria had been banned from the G-Spot, along with like 40 alternate accounts. I realized that, and some of them hadn't been banned. It turns out that most of G-Spot's user base was actually a bunch of alts between these three people, Yuria, Dole, and Cone. They all had so many alts in the server that it comprised like a sixth of its base, which is like 100 people. Between the three of them, there were so many alts, banned and unbanned. So I ended up talking to Yuria, and it turns out Yuria got banned because, for no reason. He basically got banned because he shitposted in the chat. He didn't spam or anything like that. He wasn't obnoxious. He just made jokes to people in the chat, and he got banned for it because Dylan didn't like him. And I was like, me being the overly patriotic person that I am, and a lover of freedom of speech, that was my last straw. And I was like, okay, all right. I think it's time to obliterate this thing from the earth. It didn't happen for a long time, but I put a huge blow in it that week. I pretended to stay friends with Dylan, and I started talking to Yuria a lot about what we were going to do. And eventually, I realized I still had the admin rank in his server, so I was like, okay. And I waited for him to go to sleep. And the good thing about Dylan is his sleep schedule is so fucked that he sleeps during the day. So I just waited until broad daylight when everyone was the most active, and I just spammed the invite link to my server in all of the channels. I was like, yeah, this will be fun. When he woke up, my server had like 120 people in it.
Nice.
From his user base, like the most active people in his server.
That is that's what we call the stealthy merge switcheroo.
The stealth merge switcheroo.
Kinky.
Yeah. And he woke up and he was furious. How furious was he? He was so furious that he banned every single person in his server by hand.
What the like everyone?
Everyone.
He killed his own server.
Yo, this is only the beginning. This is like
Killed his own
where the
fucking
real
server.
start.
By
So
hand.
this event
He didn't
by
purge.
hand.
He clicked ban on everyone.
Like I physically
By
can't.
hand.
I can't understand the thought process of that. Like, oh, my server's been fucked. I know. I will ban literally everyone. That makes no fucking sense.
Even the bots. Yeah, that's Dylan's mentality. This is where we really start to see the cracks
Okay.
in the sanity.
Right.
So, if you thought the story was intriguing, now this is where the autism begins.
Here's
This event
a
is
fun
only
fact for you,
known-
by the way. Here's a fun fact for you. You've been telling this story for 24 minutes now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Me
Pretty
and I
fun.
haven't even given you some fun, juicy details.
Okay. Well, keep going by all means. Burb, you have yourself a long ass video.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll upload it on my glorious
I have
American
of
internet.
Ryan on my PC, so that'll be okay.
Okay.
This event is formerly known as the G-Split, and what happened was Dylan has this group chat called the DM. It's just called the DM, full of those people who I mentioned,
Yeah.
the only people who are active in the server,
Yeah.
which he uses for planning all of these merges, which are essentially just raids, if you think about it.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
So he goes into this DM, and I had already befriended one of the people in the DM, so I had an eye on there. His name was Suicide Hound, and he's an important character because he ends up being my right-hand man through this entire operation.
He hates me.
Yeah, he left the server. He left QT. I was so sad. He got tired of the way I was running it, which is interesting because this whole thing started because he was tired of the way Dylan was running the G-Spot.
He is literally gay, so I don't know if it's good or bad that he left.
He takes Discord too seriously. I did this whole thing, like this entire arc where it's like doxing and match reporting and merging servers and rating and all that. I did it all with a smirk on my face. I didn't take a lick of it seriously. But Dylan was actually mad the whole time.
I think that's the best way to take it. I don't take my server seriously at all. Like, it's not very active, but I don't care. I just have fucking fun.
Oh, if that's the case, then I'll just wait till you're asleep and we'll do a little stealthy emergency switcheroo on.
You fuck.
We'll be all right.
Fuck.
Here I come. Here
I come, and I wanna go home.
This is the funny thing about him banning everyone by hand. He had this guy on his team. He called it the core. He had this guy in his core named Peschetti. Peschetti is an expert programmer, and he has created a few Discord tools. One of which is called nuker.js.
Okay.
It was only effectively used one time.
Right.
And the point is to ban everyone in the server, delete every channel, and rename this name of the server to discord.gg/grxwcp.
If you want to know how it looks when a server gets nuked, I still have a nuked one.
You have a video on a server getting nuked?
Yeah, my old server I had. But not nuked. Like, it was the test server to test out its new nuke.
Holy shit. You heard it first, you got glass deserts.
I'm gonna send these pictures into the admin channel.
Yeah,
he knew this existed. He knew of its he was aware of its existence, and he still banned everyone by hand.
Fucking hell.
Autism.
Here, this is how a nuked server looks.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I made the finishing touches by removing the name and making a blank icon, but there are literally no text channels and there is nobody on the list on the side. You can't invite anybody because it has no name. It's literally an anomaly.
That's fucked. That's mental.
And he didn't even do that. And it turns out there's a reason he didn't do that. After 24 hours of the G-Spot being a barren wasteland, not nuke, but a barren wasteland, and me organizing with Dab Team and my own server, of course, to get everyone settled in, because most people didn't even know what was happening. Some people thought that my server was the new G-Spot, and that I was Dylan, and that I had decided to start again.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. And let me tell you, there's nothing more...
I think he's cut off again.
After 24 hours...
Okay, Jack, you just cut off again. Please repeat that.
There's nothing more insulting than being called Dylan.
Okay, basically, right. We get it. Okay. So after 24 hours of this shit, you settled everyone in.
24 hours, he unbanned core members of his server and let them back in to figure out what had happened, because apparently my name attached to all the invite links in his text channels was not evidence enough of what had happened.
Okay, right.
So
he's a bit brain dead.
A bit? He banned everyone in his server by hand. That was 600 people. Do you imagine how long that should have taken?
Dude, that means he did 600 right mouse clicks and 600 left mouse clicks. That's 1,200 mouse clicks he did.
Okay, fair enough.
Side by side.
Side by side. Fair enough.
Until it was done.
Okay, so we started inviting core members back in to figure out what the fuck happened.
We started letting core members back in to figure out what happened. And Suicide was the only other person online, which is great because Suicide was basically my double agent.
Right.
So Suicide fed him a bunch of shit.
Okay.
And he got mad. He got mad at me, admittedly. because Suicide is a really good liar in that he tells the truth just with some added ingredients to make it a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
So Dylan still got mad at me because Suicide said, "Yeah, Jack merged your server with the fucking curb."
Oh God.
But in addition to that, he said that it wasn't even my idea; that it was the idea of the entire core. They unanimously agreed on it because Dylan was a shitty server owner.
Oh, that's perfect. That's such a
So
troll.
he turned Dylan on the core. When the rest of the core woke up, Dylan started fucking freaking out on everyone. Everyone was confused and angry and upset. And they didn't know what was going on. Because they were all dead when the server got nuked too. They didn't know what the fuck was that. They were like, "Where's the 600 numbers?" And Dylan's just like standing there, dead-eyed. What a brilliant fucking day.
Jesus Christ. So basically you killed communism.
Oh no, not yet.
Yeah.
I dealt a deadly blow. To communism, but I had not yet killed it. Dylan was never actually banned from my server until recently.
Okay.
And he joined, and the whole Gspot core joined, and everyone lost their fucking minds because for some reason, Suicide had convinced everyone in my server that I was Dylan. And they had no contact with the actual Dylan because most of them weren't even friends with Dylan, and the only reason they could talk in his DMs is because they were in the same server.
Right. Okay.
So when Dylan showed up, we had quite a party.
Okay.
Dylan and I shitposted at each other in the general. He was seething, and I was laughing my ass off.
As you should be. As you should be. As you should be.
Oh yeah. And then every like core member left, and so did half of the rest of my server.
Fucking hell.
Wasn't Dylan. No, not half. He took like 25 people, so I was down to like 80 members.
Okay.
But he was at 30, so I didn't care. He invited all of those 30 people back to his server, and the G-Spot became a bunker. He had locked everything down. If you did manage to join with an alt and you couldn't say who you were banned instantly. And when you joined, you had the 10-minute waiting period thing that some retards do.
Oh, yeah.
And you got put in a server where you could only type. You got put in a text channel. It was the only text channel you could see, and you could only type. And the sole purpose was to prove who you were.
So it was
I logged
literally
in with Dylan's alt account.
So you were just. So it was basically just a vault. You just got in for the sake of getting in, and that was it.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
hell.
logged into the vault with Dylan's alt account because that information was in jub.txt.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I snuck into there back then because Numpet.
Oh yeah, you did. I did too because I logged in with Dylan's alt account and I had full unfettered access to the whole server.
Oh Christ.
The server that he had locked down specifically to keep me out of it.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I was just in there. I didn't do anything. I just kind of looked around. Every channel was gone.
Fuck.
To understand the gravity of the situation, in my server, I don't know if you know this, but there's a channel called Archive.
Yes.
And there's this weird bot that's all the people, and it just posts things.
Yeah, I was
That's the
asking
pin
you
bot.
about that. I really want to get that bot myself.
Right. Piscetti made that.
Oh fuck. Fair play.
And it's built into QtieBot, too.
Oh shit.
I could send you a copy of it, or
Well,
we'll
thank you very
work
much.
something out.
We'll work something out. Go on with the story first anyway. I'm
Yeah.
very interested.
Yeah. All of the channels are gone. Archive is actually a copy of another idea called the Keck Museum, which had been in the G-Spot
Yeah, that
since
was from
pretty
us.
much an exception. The Keck Museum had basically 1 3/4 years of pins in it,
Fuck.
and he deleted it.
Oh my god.
There was so much shit in there, dude. Suicide Hound was fucking devastated when he found
I
out.
remember that.
Suicide was actually sad, like really sad, because there were so many good memes in there.
I'd
And they
say
were just
so.
gone. He just obliterated them.
Fucking hell.
It was very sad. Can we have a moment of silence for Keck Museum? All right, so moment of silence. All right, he deleted everything. He cleared all the history for the few channels he left because I guess he was too lazy to just delete general and remake it. I don't know.
Okay.
And the server was basically dead. I'm talking like 10, 20 messages a day. and
Jesus,
very little
okay.
voice chat activity. He had turned Gspot into a vegetable. And that's the way it was for a while. Eventually, he started killing it again on online
Wait a second.
Did he fucking beat his dog?
Jesus Christ, it's like the Third Reich. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Dog-like.
Fucking
They better be German Shepherds.
I love how much of a fucking train wreck this video is. It's just 5 people in a Discord chat being continually... Sorry, okay, let's continue then. With the interview, I suppose.
Oh yeah. Good story, honestly.
A fucking good story.
Let me see. He obliterated everything. G-Spot was a vegetable, and it kind of stayed that way for about a month and a half. Various little things happening in that month and a half. So first of all, Dylan didn't have me blocked because he wanted to taunt me.
Right.
Something that makes this story very satisfying, and I mean very satisfying, is that eventually I merged the dab team. And the thing about the dab team is that the dab team didn't really hate Dylan like the other servers hated Dylan. Dylan hated the dab team. He wanted it fucking gone. He hated it. He hated everyone in it. And I had everyone in it in my server. I had pretty much the only successful merge ever because it got every single member of that server. Granted, it was only like 30 members large, but it got every single member, and the daily message count jumped to exactly what it was in that server. So I really got everything.
Fuck, fair play.
And I think it was because it was willing. Because Yuria owned the server, and Yuri and I were good friends.
Yeah.
Because we had bonded over destroying the G-Spot. So he DM'd everyone, too, basically saying, hey, this is my new server. So Dylan would constantly mock me in his DMs. And even before he ended up hand nuking the G-Spot, he would say things. Because this only happened a week after everyone had gone into my server. I kind of cut to it directly because it's a significant event. But in that week, he had sent me a lot of messages like, I lose nothing. I think it's a classic Dylan screenshot where he says, I lose nothing. There's some voice clips when he still trusted Numpad where he says things like, he thinks he can turn the whole server against me in 3 to 4 seconds and he's wrong. He said all of these things, like all of these smug things, only to hand nuke his own server a week later.
Jesus fuck.
And then after that, he told me things like, honestly, I still lose nothing. You got all of the trash of the entire platform in your server. And my server had like the most coherent and friendly user base of any server that him and I had ever seen, which is pretty great. You got all the trash, dude. Thanks for taking out the trash. Like, he would smug post constantly. And then I didn't actually respond to it. Eventually I said something along the lines of
Okay, wait, I found my DMs with Jeebus. I'm gonna read some DMs I got from him. Okay, I said, how does it feel that everyone betrayed you? You're gonna throw a tantrum or what? No one betrayed me. I trusted a guy that I never should have, who I knew was mentally disabled and manipulative. And his name was Jeebus. Him and another guy who wanted power linked up, and his name was Jeebus is something that I wrote. Then he says, him and another guy who wanted power linked up, and there were 2 leeches gone from my stomach. This also means that Numpad is gone, and so is Yuria. I no longer have enemies or drama. Everything is peaceful now. And then I said, it's just funny how you believe you're in control. And then he says, you're never a factor. You aren't even a pawn here. You're a single digit in the hive, a leech, a drone, worthless. And I said, nigger, this is not a game. And then he says, it's all internet autism. Then I said, this is something bigger than you. And then he says, wait, this is going to be dramatical. That is what will remain. He thinks internet autism is big. It isn't hard to tell you're retarded. The name alone isn't enough, really. You only exist to stir drama. You side with majority and are incapable of free thought. A matter of acquiring other doxes or taunting me will change that. All that matters is important people didn't take the bait. You aren't important. No one took the bait. I won in the end. And then I quoted him, I lose nothing. And he said, I have yet to lose anything, friend, other than enemies. And I responded with capital H, lowercase e, capital H, heh. But the classical thing I got from Evil E. And then a few months later, about 10 days, 17 days later, I asked him, "Have you lost anything yet?" And Svenny responded with never. And that was the last conversation I had with him.
So basically, he
Good
just
time.
smoke posted. He basically just fucking smoke
Yeah.
posted. Right.
You know that picture of the red-faced, fucking seething, like crying mad Wojak?
Yes.
And he's got the little carotid smiley face mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him the whole time.
Okay.
Like the entire time. I'm going through DMs now. I can't find. Oh wait, I don't have to go to DMs because in the admin chat in my server there are some classic screenshots.
So basically, okay. So he was fucking. He was smoke posting for ages. He was smoke posting for ages, and eventually responded. You were saying, what did he say?
I eventually responded. I was like, you know, bud, our server's got like 1,000 messages a day now, and yours never really cracked 100 or 200, and he just blocked me. That was it. That's all I said. I wasn't even trying to like. We used to get into like weird dick measuring contests because I would actively tell him how bad he was at managing his server by creating servers, filling them with people, making them incredibly active, and just deleting them outright. Like I made a poll server once that had like 2,000 people in it.
Okay, fair fucks.
And I just showed it to him, and I was like, "This is what I can do. Why did I give you the G?" And then I just deleted the server. He was like, "What the fuck, man? You could have merged." Just like, yeah, okay.
Okay, continue the story.
Yeah.
So he blocked me, and that was it for a long time. I didn't hear from him for a while. And then things got really interesting. It was radio silence, and then 10 people joined my server one day, all at the exact same time.
Alternate accounts.
Is it all?
No, all real people.
Oh wow. Okay. Fucking hell.
They go into every channel, and they start spamming pictures of cylinders. I think Burb knows about the cylinders that all say discord.gg/0xwcpd on them, which is the Gspot invite link. And of course, I click it and it says invite invalid, probably because I'm banned. And it was really easy to just ban all of them and delete all their message histories before anyone even woke up to see it. But eventually, I went to his DMs and he had unblocked me. I guess long enough to make some smug posts, and I said, "Are you having fun, bud?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm having a great time posting these cylinders." And I had pretty much realized that between then and now, he had blocked me, but he had stayed with everyone else, and I realized that no one liked him. And I mean no one liked him. I thought he might find his little friend group somewhere around of people who might actually enjoy his presence. But as it turns out, even most of the core didn't like him. They just
basically shunned himself.
He bought them Spotify Premium.
Oh wow. So basically, he shot himself in the foot. He shot himself in the foot, basically.
With that raid, because I was like, no one likes this guy. No, even the people who claim to be his friends. Once he cut off his Spotify Premium because they caught him sharing it, and that's against the rules.
Yeah.
They kind of drifted to their own servers. Some of them drifted to my server. I was like, okay. So I talked to Suicide Hound for about half an hour, and at the end of that half hour, I sent a report to Discord Trust and Safety that was, I think, 4,000 characters long.
Jesus fuck, okay.
The G-Spot was deleted from Discord. Dylan's account, Khan's account, Sad's account, I think Paschetti's account was deleted. There was probably 20 or 30 Discord accounts that were deleted, in addition to his server.
Fucking hell.
I have most of them banned in my server, so if you get to the ban list in my server, there's like 30 people in there that are just called deleted user.
Oh Christ, okay.
So that's a record of like all of the people who are bad.
Gone.
Stop talking because they're big gay. So Dylan made an alt, and we all went to this server because this was like Dylan's server to go to when he didn't want to be in the G-Spot or whatever. And I knew he was going to be there, so I joined the server like right as it happened. And he immediately pings me.
Oh my lord.
He immediately fucking pings me. I had deleted... It turns out, and I didn't know this, that he didn't actually delete all of the stuff that I mentioned previous.
Oh wow, okay.
He had it in a hidden category, so I deleted it with the hammer of Discord Trust and Safety. everything that he was proud of on Discord. His Discord Nitro status, his Discord Hype Squad status, his server, all of his memes, the precious, like absolutely, like holy artifact that was his invite link, the one that I made.
So it was all hidden in a secret
things,
channel, and you purged it basically because of the trust and safety
and I
report.
removed everything he held dear to this platform.
Fucking hell!
And
Savage.
After 2 days, he changed his Steam bio to
time where
I'm not on
tried
Discord
several
anymore.
times to blow gspot up.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Keep going, Seaford. Keep going.
After the time, is that after the numerous times Nump had tried to like nuke gspot?
Oh, yeah, people had tried to
after.
nuke G-Spot so many times that it was painful to watch. And then I just kind of like... It was like me watching a bunch of people fight Dylan and then Dylan kicking all their asses. And then I just stand up and flick him on the forehead and his head flies off his shoulders.
Okay.
That was basically like the whole anime right there.
Okay. Fair thoughts.
And then a day later, he changes his Steam bio. I'm not on Discord anymore. We can still play Steam games, though. All of his accounts, all of his alts, he deleted manually because they weren't in the G-Spot or associated with him. He was pretty smart about his alts.
Okay.
He deleted manually all of his alternate accounts, and he has not been heard of on this platform ever since.
And how long ago was that?
I'd say it was about a month ago,
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
roughly speaking.
So you completely obliterated him, basically. You destroyed him.
Yeah, I remember when
basically,
Nump whipped used to me. Like, oh my god, we fucking did it. G-Spot is dead. It's forever gone. It was like a little kid at Christmas.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
everyone who hated the G-Spot was elated. I made a lot of friends that day because people came to me telling me how fucking amazing my accomplishment was. I was like, no, dude, it was really easy. You just said nigger a bunch of times in DMs, and all I had to do was report that shit to Discord.
Jesus.
Me and Nump tried that, but Nump was a fucking gay and didn't go through with it.
Hmm.
You have to have Discord Nitro, Bird. Come on. One of the big memes was like, you can't kill Dylan because he has Discord Nitro. Because we genuinely thought, because of how many reports that had been filed against him that had failed, that Discord was just letting it go because he was giving them money.
Oof.
And then I bought Discord Nitro and reported him. I bought it the day before I reported him.
Nice. Well,
So
well
all it
invested
takes is
then.
a little bit of Nitro. So
Fair play.
that's like the basics.
That's
that was
the-
probably like 45 minutes, and that's the basics. There are a lot of various events.
Yeah, we've just hit 48 minutes now. The interview's 48 minutes in, so
Yeah.
we can finish it there if
This
you
is a
want.
documentary. Yeah,
How much
yeah,
was
we can-
Zenzi involved in there?
Zenzi,
like, overall?
I didn't hear a single whisper about it. If I'm going to be completely honest, during the entire process.
Zenzi's in the Behind the Meme docs. The Behind the Meme campaign, Zenzi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zenzi
Yeah.
Core. Those are a bunch of old servers that are really
IRAN.
they're really like ancient. Not artifacts, but like the pyramids, kind of like ancient landscapes.
Okay.
I mean, like, officially, Evil E owned them, but I ran them together with Numpad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Holy shit! When Numpad comes online, he needs to tell you about Rag. I don't know. Did you hear about Rag?
No, and I think that's
No, I didn't.
I think that's a conversation for another interview. I think we should probably finish this
Yeah,
one
yeah.
off here. We're coming up to 50 minutes
Yeah.
now. So
Holy shit.
yeah, no, fair play. Phenomenal story, and I feel honoured to have held the interview. Thank you very much for telling your story, Sifa, Jack, whoever the fuck you want to be called. Thank you very much.
You can call me Jack. Absolutely no problem, my friend. It is a great pastime of mine to document insignificant history.
Well, it certainly isn't insignificant now. Shout your Discord server one more time, just for the record.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's capital QT, discord.gg/etpqtxv, all lowercase with a capital QT. One more time, that's etpqtxv, all lowercase with a capital QT. Thank you very much.
Lovely. And I've been Moocake. You can literally type that into YouTube and fucking find me. So come have a look if you really want some terrible content.
Bird.
And that's Bird.
I'm a Nazi scientist.
Yeah, basically. Right, well, that's the end of the interview. Thank you very much for listening, and yeah, I fucking see you around, I guess.